All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the ROI Podcast, and this is kind of a special episode that we have here. Of course, I'm your host, Shane Simmons, and for the past year, a little over a year actually, been running this podcast on a pretty much weekly basis and interviewed some fantastic people, met a lot of very interesting, successful individuals, and sad to say, but I'm actually going to be handing the podcast over to my friend here, Matt Martella, who is going to be the new host of the podcast. Matt is actually joining me here. Matt, congratulations, first and foremost.
Oh, thanks, Shane. I'm really excited. It's been a pleasure getting to know you over these past couple weeks, as we've kind of worked to get the baton and all the little pieces passed off, but I'm really excited. I'm hoping to bring just a lot of more fresh content into the mix, bring in, just whatever you guys want to listen to. I mean, obviously this is not for us. This is to help you, business professionals, entrepreneurs, even MBA students, or even potentially undergrad students. This is a one-stop shop, hopefully, for you to just grab some resources.
And this podcast, as we've been working together, Matt, here for the last few weeks, there's a lot of really neat episodes that we're going to have coming up. Specifically, we're going to be in the real estate market and talking about that. We're going to be talking about some healthcare coming up, and I know you're getting that all lined up and ready to go. So all of our listeners out there, be prepared to listen to some of the best content that we've put out, in my opinion, just because some of those subjects are going to be really fascinating and really interesting. But it's hard to believe, we're in our, 50 plus episodes now of the podcast. We have massive momentum, which has always been a Kelley school kind of saying. And I think it's going to be really exciting, Matt, for you to meet all these different people that you're going to run across. And I know, to all the listeners out there, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in every single week. And it's been really a special experience for me.
Sure. I mean, what's next? Tell us. Give us the inside scoop.
Yeah. So, I've been working on my startup for the last, year or so now, just kind of on the side, but I've actually taken that full time. And so have a digital agency, works with medical practices all across the country, a lot of dentists, chiropractors. It's Crimson Media Group. And so I am now going to be pursuing that full time, and I am really excited for it. And the really cool thing about it, Matt, is I'm an Indiana University graduate. However, I was a communications graduate. But I feel like I've gone through business school after doing the podcast. I've really gotten inspired and never would have seen myself as an entrepreneur, 5-10 years ago. But, I worked at the Kelley School of Business, was inspired by all the amazing people here, and look at me today running a startup. So what I will say from that and from listening to these episodes is you're going to gain valuable knowledge and insight that you can apply to your daily life. And that's essentially what I've done with this podcast, is I have learned from some of the greatest out there who are doing amazing things, and I've been able to apply that to my own professional life, and here I am today.
And the beauty thing is now that you're getting more of these like hands-on, out in the world experience, I mean, you're not going to be a strange guest when we bring you back on the podcast, or, definitely don't be a stranger. And so we're excited. Congratulations on your next venture. And stay tuned, because we got some really cool episodes about to come down the pipeline. And again, I'm Matt Martella, taking over the podcast, the ROI Podcast, for Shane. So I'm excited. And Shane, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Matt. And I will definitely be listening every week. One of my favorite podcasts out there, the ROI Podcast. So really pumped about it. So thank you, everybody, too.